guys. Yeah, so as you've heard already today, I want to do sports camera operation, which at first might seem a little confusing, so hence Gary Coleman. But, yeah, so they basically do what they say. They film live sports and then broadcast it to the world, usually live, which means there's not a lot of room to make mistakes, so you've got to be quite good at picking shots out. You get your shots from a director and the producer, and yeah, they lead it. But you've got to work outside in all weathers, and as you know, at the minute there's the World Cup in Brazil, which is famously quite warm, and then in 2022 there might be the World Cup in Qatar, which is famously even warmer. So you've got to lug equipment and sit outside for hours in the awful weather, really. Yeah, so as I've said before, there's no second chances in live sports, so you need to really be good at choosing your shots and holding them. Yeah, just be good at it. And obviously, because it's live, there's such a huge pressure. And the director's constantly in your ear saying, "Oh, you've got to get this shot," because live sport is so pacey and so just instantaneous. You've got to be on the ball all the time. Yeah, but there is a limited amount of creativity in the shots you want to choose. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, why do I want to do this? Yeah, so I've chosen it for a few reasons. So every game is different, whether it be... I'm going to choose football a lot because I think it's the sport I love the most and it's what I really want to do, I guess. So every game is different, whether it be Macclesfield versus Swindon, the two giants clashing together. Yeah, I love sports and the pay isn't too bad, but I think mainly it's because everything you capture means so much to someone. Basically, it seems bad, but people have killed for their football team, which isn't really the best thing to say, but... so even if it's just a pass, someone's interacting with a shot you've made, I think it's film like there's just so much interactivity with it. I mean, I was at the pub watching the England match and every movement, everything, someone was shouting at the TV. And yeah, I love that because everything is so special to someone. And so I picked out a clip just to sort of show what's going on.
We've played 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. England trail by 2-1. Beckham could race the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it. David Beckham scores the goal to take England all the way to the World Cup finals.
Yeah. So that shot's basically become iconic now with our road to the World Cup, and it got us through to the World Cup in 2002. So it's just shots like that, that was basically the moment the nation held its breath in 2002. So it just means so much to me. It might not mean a lot to you, Harry, but it means a lot to me. Okay. So yeah, when I was researching people to be notable examples, I really struggled because in the UK, the way that people get hired to work on the big shoots, most of them are freelance, and then they just get hired by the company to maybe do half a season or a World Cup, or whatever. So I've got two examples, one from America and one from the UK. So I'll start with the UK one first. His name's Chris Hollier, and he's a freelance light and cameraman. He's worked on people who've got to Germany, Japan, and is working in Brazil right now. And he's done loads of cup finals in Europe, and also the FA Cup, stuff like that. So Rugby World Cups, Wimbledon, boat racing, loads of other stuff. He also now, because he's one of the best in his field apparently, he goes around universities and lectures to students about just what's going on. And then the second one I chose was Dan Pratt, and he's a US cameraman. And the way it works in the US, it's a lot different. You get hired, this guy's been working for WTA TV4, which is a news like broadcasting agency in Philadelphia. And what will happen is, if there's a Super Bowl or a World Series or a Stanley Cup in Philadelphia, he'll get sent to the stadium to film on the touchline. But then all that footage gets collated together into the live broadcast. It's really weird how it works. But he shows how dangerous it can be to be a live sports cameraman, because he got knocked out by a defensive linebacker in a big game. So yeah, but there are a fair amount of injuries to cameramen. Yeah. So there's two ways to go about becoming a sports cameraman, and the first one I've come across was what Chris Hollier did. Yeah. And after he'd done his basic degree, he then did his master's at Ravensbourne University in broadcast features. And I've put a lot of words there, but I'll try and make comments it down. So what it is really is sort of studying the film genre, well, a specific genre in film, and then seeing how technologies are changing it. So, like in this course, we learn about 4K and 8K and the changing paradigms. The course lasts 1 to 2 years, depending on whether you're doing full-time or part-time. And there's 4 units for it. The Business Innovation Unit, where you develop an understanding of the business and innovation industry. The Research Process Unit, which provides a grounding for research and development skills needed for your individual project. And the Concept and Prototyping Unit, which lets you focus on single area broadcasting to specialise in. So if I was doing that, I'd choose sport, say. And then the final major project is the culmination of basically everything you've done throughout the 2 years. And picture Dave Burke's the event there. So. The second part is, well, basically, I've been looking at football a lot. So there's over 40,000 football clubs in England, and obviously there's even more in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. And 92 of these are professional, and I'd say a good half of all of the clubs in England have some sort of media team. Many of them aren't paid, but there's something there. So a lot of it is, you can go to a small club, volunteer to work for them for a while, get some work experience with them, film for them, and then work your way up. So they build a new portfolio of matches, of goals, of stuff like that, and showing you've got an eye for the shots, you can hold the shots. And then the better you get, the better jobs you can get. So even non-league teams like Blythe Spartans, who play in the 7th League of English football, they have a paid media division. So eventually you can end up getting there, or then going further on from there. So like Drake said, you started from the bottom and now you're here. So yeah, that was it.
Excellent. Thank you. Any questions for Ben Green?
Earlier you were talking about people killing each other in football. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's. I want to inspire people to murder each other.
Okay.
It's just because they get so passionate.
Does the media team, is it just focused on film, or is it focused on like promotion of it?
There are, the higher you get, the more sort of match day stuff you're doing. Ideally, I'd want to get to the stage where, maybe do the uni stage, so you can do that freelance, like videography, and then maybe get hired back up to do that. I don't think I'd go straight in at the grassroots level and just work for the media teams, but that's just a way to get in with it.
Does it not worry you, knowing kind of the amount of pressure that's on cameramen to get like the perfect shot? Does that not kind of worry you that it's kind of a bit on your shoulders?
But it's part of the industry. I mean, even if you're on a film shoot and you don't get the shot quite right, as you've seen in some films, like directors go mental and instantly fire you. So there's a high amount of pressure on whatever you're doing. So.
Anything else? Lovely, thank you, Ben.